What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. And on today's episode, this emergency episode, we just found out that Dalen Terry is going to be sent down to the Windy City Bulls to play in the G League. We're going to talk about all that right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
All right, Bulls fans. So Dalen Terry has now officially been assigned to the Windy City Bulls. Now, this is a move that a lot of you guys have been asking about. Why have they not done that? Why have they not sent Dalen Terry down? If they're not going to play him any minutes, he needs to develop. Well, looks like they agreed with you guys. The Bulls did go ahead and decide to move Dalen Terry down to the G League, and this is probably the best situation for him. We've seen him get in a couple of games here so far this season, and while the one game against Philly, he did kind of look timid, he did kind of look out of place, he played pretty well. But I think the thing with Dalen Terry that they need to do, and the focus here, is much like the Portland Trailblazers did with Anthony Simons. And that's what I'm going to compare it to, is that Anthony Simons in his initial season, that he almost was exclusively down in the G League, just developing his game. And the Portland Trailblazers at that point said that they basically knew they had a nice weapon in Anthony Simons that they were just waiting to unleash. They didn't have the minutes for him. They wanted to allow him to come in and develop his game. And this is going to be the best thing for Dalen Terry, really, when you look at it. Hasn't been getting a lot of minutes for the Chicago Bulls. And since the Bulls also hired one of the best trainers over in Europe, him being down there in the G League this season, getting as many minutes as he wants, right? A lot of the offense is going to be ran through him. He's going to get a chance to develop his skill set, develop everything down there. So that makes sense. And to the Anthony Simons comparisons, Anthony Simons in his rookie season played in 20 total games and started one of it, but that was it. Outside of that, he was in the G League, and in his first season, he averaged 7 minutes per game, only 3.8 points. But the Portland Trailblazers understood the raw talent that Anthony Simons had at that time. So much like with Dalen Terry, and again, I'm not comparing them as players. I'm just comparing to the mindset of sending a player down there to your G League affiliate to really allow them the time to develop that raw skill. He needs to work on his jumper. We all know that. And so now he's going to have every opportunity to go in and do those things and refine his game. He's going to get I wouldn't be surprised if the Windy City Bulls run every bit of their offense through Dalen Terry to allow him to work on his passing, the ball handling, the court vision, his shooting ability. Dalen Terry, this is probably the best situation for Dalen Terry. Well, I would have loved, and I've been saying, I would have absolutely loved for Dalen Terry to just be able to get 8 to 10 minutes a game on the Chicago Bulls roster. It's clear it wasn't going to happen. But we all know that AK Eversley, they believe in the potential of this kid. We've seen the flashes definitely in preseason when he has gotten minutes. And do I think that Dalen Terry could possibly contribute to the Bulls right now? I absolutely do. When you look at some of the things that they need, when you look at the defense that he brings, the ability to get steals, I think Dalen Terry could very well provide something for the Chicago Bulls roster right now. But the fact of the matter is that he's not. Billy Donovan has not played him. And unlike with Marko Simonovic, we know Marko hasn't played, and most of us believe and understand that's probably because he doesn't see Marko really being able to contribute to the team. I don't think that that's it at all with Dalen Terry. I think that they know what he can be. They know how important he's probably going to be for the Bulls roster at some point in time. But him going down to the Windy City Bulls just allows him to get more minutes, allows him to refine his game, allows all of that. And he's probably going to spend the majority of the season, barring any injuries or anything, down there with the Windy City Bulls. And then when he comes up next season, he's going to have that much more experience. He's going to have that much more this fire underneath him, the refinement to his game. We're going to see a lot of Dalen Terry at some point in a Bulls uniform. You best believe that. It may even be. Don't be surprised if at some point, maybe later in this season, we see Dalen Terry. But as of right now, the best move, I think, for Dalen Terry is sending him down to the Windy City Bulls because Billy Donovan isn't going to play him. And this really makes the Windy City Bulls games a must-watch for me, which I've already been watching the 3 games that they played so far. But let me know down below if you guys would like me to be checking in, giving updates on what Dalen Terry does down in the G League, because I know not everybody has time or even interest in watching G League basketball because sometimes it's not the best basketball. So if you want those type of updates, let me know down below on what you think about that one. But as of right now, the update, Dalen Terry is going on to the Windy City Bulls being assigned down there. Now, with that being said, since I do have to do an emergency episode, we're going to go ahead and break it down. The Bulls have released their City Edition jerseys, and this is the rumored one, the leaked one. This is exactly what it was, and I will say this. I dislike the jersey even more. Like, I just really do. I think the Boston Celtics have the best City Edition jersey this season. The Bulls have historically had really good City Edition jerseys, in my opinion, as well. These jerseys, while they don't look as bad as what I thought that they would look like, that prototype or whatever it is that we saw, they look a little bit more refined than that. And maybe it's just because it's a higher quality image and actually seeing the whole uni on the players. They don't look as bad, but they still don't have that same oomph that some of the City Edition jerseys that the Bulls have had. I'm going to put some images over here, and I have been while I've been talking about them. You guys can let me know what you think about the City Edition jerseys down below. But that is it for this quick update episode of Chicago Bulls Central. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know and sound off on everything down below and what you think about the jerseys. Dalen Terry in the G League. Does this now make the Windy City Bulls a must-watch for you like it does for me? Let me know everything down below. Make sure you're following the show at Bulls Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text and our voicemail, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related because of you guys. And like I like to end everything on, go Bulls. Love you guys. And see red, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.